Hi guys, Avery here. Welcome or welcome back. This week we're doing spring cleaning. I actually really love spring cleaning. Kind of gets us kicked off on the right foot, gives me a good chance to declutter everything. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me as I do some really fun spring cleaning projects around our home. The first thing I'm gonna do is our refrigerator. We have a couple of grocery orders that are coming in today, so before I stock the fridge, I would really like to get it nice and clean beforehand. It always feels good to do that. And then kind of completely different, I'm working on cleaning an area rug that we have. So I have rented a rug doctor and going to be using that on this area rug to spruce it up before I put it back in our living room. And then I think to round off my cleaning this weekend, I'm going to finish up in my office and just kind of get that decluttered a little bit, tidied up a little bit, and just freshened up so it feels like a nice, clean, productive workspace. So you guys are probably all doing something similar to this right now. It's a really common thing this time of the year. So I'm gonna take you along, have this playing in the background if you're doing something similar, and we'll all do it together. So we're gonna get started. This is the current refrigerator situation. Not a ton in here, but definitely I can see some things that I can just kind of clear out and get rid of yet. And yeah, you can kind of like already see like just the little bits of crumbs and stuff that don't make it feel super fresh. So I'm gonna get started on taking this stuff out. Same with our freezer. Things are looking like kind of sparse and disorganized and definitely a little dirty. So I'm gonna take everything out and then we'll get started cleaning it. Okay, and also just kind of something that is fun and interesting, but some of these things that I have that are leftovers, like we've got some rice and lentils and then like a little cabbage mixture that are leftovers from like long enough ago that we're probably not going to use them. Oops. Needs more snacks. Let me grab snacks. But we have a potbelly pig, and so I use a lot of my leftovers as like food for him. That way, like nothing goes to waste here in our house. So this stuff I'm not gonna throw away. I'm just gonna set aside in a little pile for Bastian. That's our pig's name. And then maybe even I'll take you along with me when we go to feed him. So that's this leftovers that I'm actually not going to throw away, but give to the pig.
I clearly selected a container that was a little bit too small for all the leftovers I had, because when I went to add the rice and lentils, it kind of spilled over, but no big deal. Bastian does not care, so what do we care? Okay, now back to my refrigerator project, where I will just go ahead with a little help from Vagn, vacuum up the crumbs and any little bits of food and debris that are left in the refrigerator. You guys, does anybody else out there have a baby or a kiddo that is like obsessed with the vacuum cleaner? He absolutely loves it. He dances to it like it is music when I turn it on. He loves to push it. I cannot wait someday for him to be able to use it. He's so funny and cute. He's asking here for some snacks, so I'm just offering him some blueberries, which he thinks is awesome. And here I'm just taking out the small crisper drawers, taking them over to the sink and dumping out any little crumbs that the vacuum didn't pick up because of the little pattern at the bottom of the drawer, and then vacuuming behind them, it makes such a difference with these crisper drawers to actually take them out and clean them and clean behind them. And I'm sure you moms out there can sense by this point in the process, little Vagn is asking for attention and cuddles and ultimately a nap. So that's what he got. I went and laid him down and he slept peacefully through the rest of my cleaning process. I am kind of regretting not showing you guys what the freezer looked like before I started vacuuming, because this was one of the most satisfying things I did. There were like big crumbs at the bottom here, and the vacuum did a great job picking it up, and then, I ultimately just ended up going through and wiping it down. But talk about a satisfying project. That was definitely one. And here I'm just wiping down the outside of the refrigerator, getting any, little fingerprints off and area where the water was collecting, and had left some marks by the water and ice dispenser. Okay, you guys, and this is the final finished product of vacuuming and wiping down the refrigerator, and the freezer as well. It looks so good. Again, I'm sorry I did not show you the before because it was all full of crumbs and super satisfying. So after this, I'm just gonna finish wiping down my little mats that go in here, put those in, and put the rest of, just start putting the refrigerator back together. To clean my mats, I'm just using really warm water and dish soap, and they come very clean very easily. So I did that and then kind of rinsed them and dried them again by hand so that nothing was going back into the refrigerator wet. As you guys can see, my whole countertop was so full of produce. I was trying to work pretty quickly to just get it all back in there before the temperature changed on everything too much. But I just put the mats back in and then started placing everything back into the drawers. Yes, we clearly love our almond milk. We use it every single morning for our morning protein shakes, and then we usually have another protein shake at some point throughout the day. And then we do keep a little bit of milk in the house for Vagn. We're primarily a vegetarian vegan household, but we are exposing our son to some non-vegan products so that, he doesn't have sensitivities or allergies at some point down the road. But putting all of the vegetables in the crisper, we keep mostly vegetables in here. There's a little bit of fruit that I'll eventually put in, like our apples and lemons and stuff, but I also like to keep some of our apples out on the countertop because I like them room temperature. So I also set our bananas over there. But yeah, just keep opening up all of the vegetables, putting them in the crisper and stacking everything so that you can easily see it, so that I don't forget what's in there and have things go bad on me. So here I'm just kind of stocking our freezer again with, some of our meatless products that we use on a regular basis, things like meatless beef crumbles and meatless little chicken nuggets that, even though they're like a little kid food, our whole family eats them. So I also had this thought, and I don't know if it's like that for you guys, but the cleaner and more organized and stocked our refrigerator is, we are better at preparing healthier meals, spending more time together, preparing as a family, and actually making the time to sit down and eat together as a family. So if I find things are running bare and I'm not as organized, we definitely miss out on that experience.
Okay, so I think that I have everything put back in the fridge. The rest of the stuff that I have out is gonna go in our pantry, but oh my gosh, it looks good, it feels good, it's organized. A good thing to check off my spring cleaning to-do list. So I'm going to quick finish up and put the rest of the stuff in our pantry before we move on to the rug doctor stuff. And then if you're interested, stay tuned to the end and I will pop in a little clip of me taking some of our leftovers down to our potbelly pig, and you can see him enjoy some of the stuff that sat in our fridge a little bit too long for us. So, okay, I'm gonna put the rest of the stuff away. Okay, and on to our spring rug cleaning project. So this is a rug that we have had in our living room, and you can kind of see like where the furniture was sitting, like kind of like over here and over here, because like obviously there's this like central area of like traffic stain. So we are going to use the rug doctor and clean this guy up and freshen it a bit and get it back in the living room.
And fortunately, Rasmus stepped in here to help me clean the rug. He was just pouring in the mixture. What you do is you usually are going to buy some sort of chemical that goes with the rug doctor, which we did, and you mix 2 ounces of that fluid with just warm or hot water and then put it into the rug doctor, and it's got a little button on it that you push that sprays and dispenses the water while cleaning at the same time, and then obviously it has suction and collects the water back at the same time. Oh my gosh, this is also a super satisfying project to do because the water that you get out is usually so dirty. Like, you have no idea how dirty some of the surfaces are. So he did a great job here. He's just going over the rug in our high traffic area, just in all different directions, and you can literally see the rug coming clean as he does it. This particular rug has a little bit of a silver sheen to it. So on one side of the fibers, it's like a bluish silver color, and then the other side is more of like a tan color. So in some of the places when you see he goes the other way, you get to see the other side of the fiber. But overall, we were super thrilled with this. It smelled so fresh and clean, and I even, when we went back and did a second round of it, added a tiny amount of bleach to the solution, just to freshen it up even more. So here he found a spot that must have had like a little spill or a stain on it, and he is just spending a little bit more time there. But yeah, this is such a simple project, but makes a huge difference in your home. So you can kind of see there in the white container the dirty water. So he's just dumping it out and then bringing the dirty water container back to the rug doctor. And that pretty much sums it up for this part of the cleaning project.
Okay guys, so we have finished using the rug doctor on our living room area rug, and we're super happy with it. You can see in a couple of spots, like over here, it's still just a little bit wet. So also over there, it's a little bit wet, but overall it turned out so good. The dirt lifted right up. The rug has its nice like silvery blue color back. So I'm gonna let it dry, and then we are going to put it back in the living room. So if you guys have any area rugs that you've been thinking about doing this with, or runners that have, you know, been well used over the winter, I highly suggest renting the rug doctor. So easy to use. Okay guys, so we are gonna move into, I guess, my second phase of the cleaning, which is my office. So I'm gonna show you the kind of state that it's in right now, and then just get to work decluttering and organizing a bit and cleaning it for springtime. Okay, so this is the office currently. Just finished doing my monthly invoicing and things like that, so I definitely have stuff to put away. Just kind of have like my books and journals and stuff strewn about, and my board needs a little bit of work and organizing. The cabinet could use some tidying. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get to work.
I had a few unopened letters here that I had kind of let pile up on the desk, so I'm just gonna open those, go through it, make sure that it's something that I need to keep and discard it if it's not. And then I wanted to move my work phone back over to the other corner and just free up the desk space, so that's what I did. And just generally, putting things in their place, getting rid of my invoicing, and eventually that stuff will go back to my work office. There's no need for it to sit in the home office. So then I'm just going through with this general purpose cleaner here, and I was a little bit distracted there because I thought I saw like a little dent in my desk tabletop. But anyway, I love this little surface cleaner. It's from Pledge. It smells so good and so fresh. So yeah, then just kind of purposefully placing my other items back onto the desk, my little succulent and my blue light glasses. And I have a dahlia book that I just always keep in the office. I love dahlia flowers, so I like that around. Folding up my computer cords and putting the end table back kind of where I had it before. With the baby, sometimes things get moved around to stay out of his way and out of his reach. So then I moved on to the bulletin board and just tidying it up a little bit, rearranging things so it's a bit more pleasing to the eye and not feeling like something hectic in the office. Super exciting. Those papers on the right side of the board are some flowers that I have ordered that should be coming any day now, so exciting. Just hanging up my little Easter card, and I keep gift certificates here on this board too. Otherwise, they get misplaced and I never find them again. Same thing here, just using my surface cleaner, and I always keep my journals, my journal and my planner here on that table for my morning routine. Then I moved on to this filing cabinet that we have. I love it. It is from IKEA, and it's just white and glass, obviously, as you can see, and it really forces me to stay organized, which is why I chose it, because you can literally see through the whole thing. So for me, it forces organization, which I really like. So just consolidating things here and containing them. I added this new storage bin at the bottom that I want to put our receipts in. We literally have like several pouches and folders of receipts for some of our renovation homes. So I'm just compiling and containing those. Up on the top shelf here, I just have like my monthly bill organizer for our properties and stuff like that. So simple tidying, but it makes a world of difference as far as how productive my space feels when I'm working in it. Here I couldn't really decide where I wanted to put everything, so ended up putting it up a little bit higher and centering the storage bin just for symmetry's sake. This office cleaning project only took me about 20 minutes, but it was a well-spent 20 minutes for a space that I spend a ton of time in year-round, just, working and being productive. So yeah, so the office looks great. I'm going to show you guys here. It's just generally decluttered and dusted and reorganized, with a bit of my home decor placed back where I had originally intended it to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 3-part series of Clean With Me and got some of your own cleaning done too. I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That helps the channel a lot. And as promised, I am going to include, following here, some Potbelly Pig footage. Beezy, Bastian, come on, big pig. Yeah, he's a great pig. Come on, bubs, I have food for you. Okay, so I am feeding him the mixture that I had left in the refrigerator. It was some baby food, some red cabbage that we had left over, and some rice, and oh my gosh, I always forget the word, lentils. Everything for him kind of mashy and soupy. Pigs obviously eat really fast, and that predisposes them to choking, so I make everything really soupy for him, just to help him out. So fun. This is Bastian. By now he is going on 5 years old. He is a potbelly pig that I adopted from our local humane society, and he lived in our house for a really long time. We had like a special room built for him. And then when we moved here, these stalls were so beautiful, and they had like outdoor turnout and just kind of a better situation for him. So he moved out here, and he needs a brushing. So I'm gonna go grab him a brush, and while he eats, we can brush him too. We love having Bastian in our family. He is such an interesting animal, and he really helps us keep our organic waste down. He literally eats just about anything that we won't eat. Very low maintenance, we just trim his hooves and his tusks kind of as needed. And they are really hardy, really silly, fun animals to have. Get his face a little cleaner. Let's see. Sorry about the motion, I'm not used to filming him. But yeah, Bastian has been a part of our family for quite some time now. Okay. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in on the spring cleaning. I hope you found it interesting or motivating, or got some of your own work done while we were getting work done. And see you next time. Bye from Bastian and me.